I'm pleased to welcome our next guest. He came highly recommended actually from a couple people on social media, so we had to get him on here. He's had a pretty crazy junior career. He played for Creston, 100 Mile, and a Soyuz in the KIJHL from 2022 to 2024 before you're going to the Campbell River Storm of the VIJHL halfway through last season. At the start of this year, he was in Campbell River again before moving on to the Coastal Tsunami of the PJHL, where he is now. Pleased to welcome on Jayden Attwood. Jayden, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good,
This guy's
good.
seen it all, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
I've
kidding.
been around.
Yeah,
All over the map.
Well, suit. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that, but you said it first, so.
well, yeah. Let's. I mean, you're from Vernon, so let's kind of just get into that. I guess is that where you kind of first grew up playing? Is that where you played your minor hockey? You grew up, and who kind of got you into hockey, and just how'd your hockey journey kind of begin as a kid?
Well, Vernon's been my hometown for better part of 15 years, we'll call it. And
Okay.
I've just been in the organization. Didn't really take it too serious. Like I was playing the single A with the Vernon Vipers in the minor hockey. But really, my last year where I kind of took it serious, I went double A with the North Zone program, and then from there I went to the KI, and then throughout the other teams, that's just kind of how it's been going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
you played North Zone, so then you're affiliated with us as well.
yeah, I was affiliated with Rebel Stoke in my 17-year-old season. I didn't get a game in though. I got a huge suspension, so I
What do you
never got
do?
the call up. Um, I got a gross misconduct. I didn't know. So in minor hockey, I learned this the hard way. If you rip a kid's helmet off in a fight, it is a gross misconduct. So I got a huge suspension for that. So that
You said
basically
5 games?
uh it was either 5 or 6.
Oh,
So it
okay.
was a pretty hefty suspension in a 20-game season.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, it's not good, man. Then yeah, you
No.
missed out on the ring, I guess.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I don't remember having you. I like fuck, like that was so long ago for me, but I just remember you. Were you buddies with Oz, or like did Oz play on your team, or no? Because
Uh
Oz played AAA.
no, I would make the trip up from Vernon. A
Oh,
couple
okay.
near the back half of the season, I would come up for a couple practices every now and then. But yeah,
So that was your third year midget.
that would be my 3rd year midget. Yeah.
Okay, so then how do you get what kind of process went into your jump from midget to juniors there?
Uh, I went to a camp in Calgary. I believe it was the Western Showcase, and uh, Creston Valley was there, and they were happy with the way I was playing, and I signed out of there, and that's how I made my jump from minor to junior.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
and then
And then I mean, obviously we can see you were only with Creston for a few games. I mean, what ended up transpiring? Did you go to 100 Mile next?
Yeah, I ended up getting traded. I believe at the end of September, sometime like that.
Okay.
Uh, just didn't really work out. It, so I went to 100 Mile. Wasn't there for that long. I ended up going back home for a little bit, and
Oh, okay.
then yeah. So I was a free agent, if you will, and then so I had him hung up, and then come late January, I was in Vernon just hanging out, and I got an email from Soyuz saying like, hey, like if you want to come back, we'll take you, and
Yeah.
here I am a couple months later, lacing them back up with the Soyuz.
Nice.
no
So
way, man.
yeah, so before you end up temporarily retiring, what was your actual like experience like? I mean, Creston and 100 Mile, two pretty small towns, like kind of out in the middle of nowhere. What was your experience like? I mean, as far as just living in the cities and as well as playing for the team facilities, that kind of thing, in Creston and in 100 Mile.
Playing in small towns are always fun, right? Like there's not much to do, so that like everyone comes out to the hockey games. You get recognized in the towns. It's really just fun playing in small towns. Like there's as small as the town is, you can always find something to do and
Yeah.
have fun with the guys. But usually the facilities are unreal in the small towns, and I think it's a great place just being in a small town.
You like playing in front of 100 Mile with all their cowbells?
Yeah, they're pretty nice. They're loud.
Interesting.
Yeah.
A bunch of old
Good
people
app.
raising the cowbells. I always hated playing there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, sorry. So you get Soyuz reaches out, you end up signing there, you're back to playing again, and then what was your experience like just finishing off your rookie season a junior in a Soyuz? I see you played a few playoff games too that year. So what was that like?
Yeah, it was a blast to be back. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they were the first seed that year. And
Yeah.
then
Yep.
come playoffs, we thought we were doing really good, and huge upset to the fourth seed in playoffs, sending us home early. So it was fun while it lasted. Wish it went longer.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
And
fair
then
enough.
yeah, sorry, Joe, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that was the second year. So we were kind of gearing up to have you face you in the either you or Princeton in the conference finals there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would have been a good one. We had all of our 20-year-olds that were point per game at least, and
Yeah.
it was a pretty good team. We just got first round upset.
Who'd you guys end up losing to?
North Oak Knights.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
I remember that. It was a bit of an upset. Sorry, you go ahead, Owen.
Yeah, no, it's good. And then I mean obviously so you get your first taste of, junior playoff hockey and that season ends and the next season you come into a Soyuz and you're there for the better part of the year and what was it like getting to actually be there from the start of the season and to live in a Soyuz and just play, for most of a season in that market before you ended up moving on from there?
It was good to settle in for a better part of the season for sure. It was good. Guys were good. Team was good for when the time I was there, right? But
Yeah.
things ended up just not working out, and I went to the VI.
Do you request or like how did that go?
Yeah.
It was kind of mutual. I was
Yeah, okay.
on my way out the door, and it was like, "Hey, you're going out the door." I'm like, "All right."
How did it end
So,
up being Campbell River? Was that random or did you kind of want to go there or how did that work out?
I heard really good things about it, so I had an idea. I was going to Campbell River before it happened, and
Okay.
like I said, they were the first seed team. Like I heard nothing but good things about them and the VI. I just didn't know much about the VI before I went there.
River. So was that the trade deadline? And then once you got there, how was it?
It was a trade deadline. Not your usual welcome to a team. It was good, but Campbell River just acquired 7 people at the trade deadline. So
Oh, wow.
Holy smokes.
I wasn't the only new guy, right? Like there's 7 guys, like there's just a big whack of in and outs, right? So it was a different welcome, but it was really good. Like facilities, they were awesome. Like over
Yeah,
a
that's a
thousand
crazy
people a
situation.
night in Campbell River. Like it was a blast playing there.
Yeah.
But once again, we cut it short in playoffs and first round upset.
I was gonna say we were scared of you guys. We were fully expecting you guys to come to Revy for the Cyclone that year.
Yeah, we
I thought it was going to be that year.
like Carter DeBoer. We had him. He was an unreal hockey player. He was
Yeah.
1 point short away from 100 points. And I could list anyone off that team that was a threat of putting the puck in the net. Right? We just we had an upset in playoffs, and that's how all she wrote.
Did you get swept?
We were up 2-0, and we lost in game 6.
Game 6, okay. So we
Yeah.
kind of lost 4 straight, but still went 6.
Yeah.
What was? Yeah. No, go.
I didn't. I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. How was the atmosphere in the crowd? That must
It
have been
was
pretty crazy.
unreal. Full crowds every night. Like they put on a show every night, and
Yeah.
it was just unreal to play in. It was every night you knew it was going to be packed
No
and
bumping.
always bumping in Campbell River.
Do you ever get a chance to play in Revy? I don't remember.
Uh, I played there once or twice, but
Yeah,
I
okay.
would argue that Ravi and Campbell are close to the same crowd. I'm sure.
Really?
I know the Ravies have their crazy songs and stuff, but
Yeah.
I would say Campbell would give you guys a good run for your money.
Oh, that's good. Okay. I was gonna
I,
say compare the two, like which one was better.
I've
Yeah,
heard some pretty crazy things about Campbell River's crowds.
it's
I
it's
was just I
unreal.
was just looking at your at Campbell River's roster the year you were there. So yeah, DeBoer had 99 points. That's insane. The next closest guy had 53. Like he'd almost double. But so obviously, so you're again you guys unfortunately fall short in playoffs last year, and now you are a 20 bomb, right?
I am a 20 bum, yeah.
Yeah. So now you're in your 20 bomb season, and you start the VI goes independent in the off season, and you end up starting the year there. Still, you play 5 games, you put up 4 points, two decent numbers, and then you end up moving on moving to Gibsons to play for Coastal in the PJHL. So you all 3 leagues now. But what kind of sparked you to come play in Coastal? And again, like just how's it been playing, living in Gibsons and playing in front of the Coastal fans so far?
All right. So I started the year in Campbell River, and I was kind of in and out of the lineup. So I decided to come to Gibson's, better opportunity. I'm in the lineup every night, getting way more minutes,
Yeah,
and it's been nothing but gold here. Get treated like gold. Fans are unreal for an expansion team. Like everything's new here, and everybody's adapting to the change really well, and we're getting treated like gold in the community.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, you talk about the crowds and like just what is the actual, I mean, I've been to Gibson's once or twice, but what is just the full experience of living there been like? Like, is it pretty chilled? Is like how many people live there? Is everyone going to the games or like are you getting recognized? Just what's it like living in Gibson's?
And Gibson, I'm not familiar like with Gibson's. I'm not 100% on what the population is, but it
Yeah.
is definitely a small town. But I would say like more people go to the games than not. Like we're
Yeah.
selling out online for which is unreal for an
That's
expansion team,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
and atmosphere is amazing. Like we get treated good in the city. Like I can't really complain with anything here. Like it's all been really good.
Something pretty unreal.
Yeah.
How's
Oh, that's great.
how's the facility?
The
Heard you guys got
facility.
a new, like,
Nice.
brand new.
Yeah, so for our facility we have our training house, which is where we store all of our gear. We have a gym, like this big warehouse that like I don't think any other team in the league would have something like this.
It's just
But
the warehouse, like the whole gym, it's just for you guys?
it's just for us. Like we have
Oh my God.
a lounge where we do video and team meetings. We have offices for the coaches. We have all your washer, dryer, like everything you need in this warehouse with a gym.
Yeah.
And that's everything we need, right? Like
Wow.
it's a pretty good setup. Like
Yeah,
I
that sounds amazing.
yeah.
And then how's the actual rink? I heard the rink's pretty sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
so
got a really nice range. Ice is good. Like the crowd is good. There's gonna be renovations done throughout the years, but for how quick this came about, or a new team coming to town, like it's pretty perfect setup, right?
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I
And
mean, I want to ask you a little bit about, I mean, it's obviously like we mentioned earlier, it's your 20-year-old season now. So how are you kind of feeling like knowing that this is the beginning of the end? And obviously I'm assuming that your goal is to get to go on a playoff run in your last year. So how do you feel about where your team's at right now? And just what are your goals for the rest of the season and the rest of your junior career?
Right now we're if the season ended right now, we'd be in a Survivor Series, which
Yeah.
I don't think is right. We'll come back by the end of the year. Like Brad, our coach, he's been dialing it in. He's making sure that we're going to be ready to go. And I think by the end of the year we'll be turning some heads as the expansion team, right? So
Nice.
that's kind of the goal, right? Make a good playoff run, hopefully win it all, right?
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah,
like
good.
to hear that. And obviously, your coach, Brad Wingfield, had quite the professional hockey career himself. Also featured in a documentary on Netflix. And what's it just been like having him as your head coach this year? I think I've ever talked to anyone else who was really coached by him.
He's been an unreal coach. He's taken me in, and he's just been unreal. Treated me good. Like he's a really good coach. He knows what he's talking about, and I
Yeah,
just think he's a good coach.
yeah. Does he
Yeah.
get pretty fired up during the games?
Yeah, he gets the boys fired up, which is
Yeah,
awesome, and he does what he needs to do. It's perfect.
that's awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Joe, I probably only got one or two more. You got anything else you
I
want to
was
ask?
I was gonna say, how's the travel, man? Like, is it
Yeah.
a little annoying going on the ferry every time, or what?
Um, I thought it'd be really annoying, but the ferry is only 40 minutes. We do a pregame on the ferry, so it's I think it's a little quicker because we're not sitting down at a restaurant. We just do a pregame on the meal or on the ferry, and then by the time we're on the other side, it's a 20-minute drive. Everything in the PJHL is relatively close. We might hour to 2 hours to Chilliwack is the first
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
So compared to like the KI, it's relatively short travel.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I guess it's a pretty quick ferry drive. It's not like a 2 hour to Nanaimo. It's just quick across the bay there. So nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. Anything else for you?
No, you ask, you go.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, is there before we let you go, do you have just like a best hockey story that you got to tell? Any from any point in your career, and or a best chirp you've ever heard, or something along those lines. If you can think of anything.
I don't think I can tell us. It would be the Crescent Valleys. You guys heard of
Oh,
them?
dude, I was gonna ask you about that. I didn't know if that was
Oh, you
if
were
that
on
was gonna
that
be.
team?
You were a rookie, dude. I know, and
Yeah.
you were
You
one
were
of
a
them.
So
rookie on that team?
yeah, probably winning the VIJHL banner in the regular season last year.
Yeah.
Oh, that
So
must have been pretty sick.
yeah, it was pretty sick. We won the league at home, so everybody was fired up that we won it.
Nice.
So that's probably something I won't forget.
Yeah, with a
Crowd was
crowd
pretty
like
pumped
that
there.
too, it was probably electric.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
crowd was electric, and it's something I definitely won't forget.
Nice. Well, I mean, that
Sweet.
works. That works for me. That well, Joe, do you have anything else, or we get to wrap it up here?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's good, bro. I don't have any more questions. Thanks so much for coming on, bro. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks
Good
for
to
having
hear.
me.
Wait, okay, last question. What league's the best?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it depends what you're after. They all have their own
Your
Oh.
personal
variety.
opinion. Personal opinion.
Give us the like best part of each then, or whatever. Like when you mean variety, or rank them if you can.
So let's just go left to right. The VIJHL skilled little guys that don't hit, right? But you
Okay.
go all the way right in the KI, every night's like a gritty battle night and not as much skill. Like you don't see much skill. But when it comes to the PJHL, it's kind of a mix of both. You might get your, we'll call it KI guy, and then a VI guy to make
Yeah.
the PJHL. It's kind of a hybrid of both.
Mhm.
But for me personally, I think I enjoyed playing in the KI. It was a little easier to play in. It was simply just simple hockey and
Yeah.
a little more grittier, right?
Right. Right.
No, fair
Fit your
enough.
play
I just
style a little bit.
What was that, say?
Did it like kind of fit your play style a little more, maybe?
Yeah, it fit my play style a lot more than the VIJHL did.
Right.
yeah, fair enough.
Nice.
I just
Well,
had to
yeah.
ask because you had experience in all three, so I just had to
Yeah,
add
I've
you.
been around.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Well,
good for me, I think.
yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jayden. Yeah, that was a great interview. It was a pleasure to have you on. Like I said, you came highly recommended, and a guy who played in all three leagues. So that's a first for us. I think that's pretty cool. So just thanks a ton. We appreciate it, and we'll be rooting you guys on for the rest of the year here.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me.